Hello everybody, this is Count Christo and we are live with our Soviet infantry only run. I'm curious to see how hard this is going to be. we will find out together. I imagine it's going to be pretty hard. Sorry, I'm just closing stuff in the background so it doesn't slow the game down any more than necessary. So, we're going to try and play as the Soviet Union, and we're going to use nothing but infantry. What that means is the only thing we're allowed to produce is infantry equipment. And the only templates we're allowed to have contain nothing but infantry equipment. And I guess technically manpower. So we cannot have any support companies. We cannot have anything except this thing right here. No paratroopers, no mountaineers, no artillery, no mobile battalions, no armor battalions. Just infantry. Now this is going to simplify our research, because we're also not allowed to have anything in this tab or this tab. Planes and ships are banned. So, to start off with, let's just go ahead and delete all of our planes, never to deploy them again. And all these ships, just go ahead and delete all of them too. Okay. Hey, Pro Rex and Tri-G Best 13, how you doing? National focus wise, I think we're probably going to still do the standard national focus as the Soviet Union. So 5-year plan, armament effort, Stalin constitution, positive heroism, progress, socialist, extra, and then integrate purge. Seems good to me. Yep. We don't need to go to war with the Netherlands, which is what I usually do when I'm the Soviet Union, because we won't need the rubber. So who should we go to war with? You can usually get one war done before the Allies start guaranteeing everyone. We could make it China. We could go to war with China. Get a life, you nerds, the souls. Hell no. Why on earth would I want to do that? I think we maybe should go to war with China. We can get to them through Mongolia. Russia, Japan. We've got no boats, mate. Or planes. First war is to liberate Denmark or puppet Iceland. I have a suspicion about where you live, my friend. Maybe Romania? What we want to do is maximize the factories we get out of it and hopefully remove a potential enemy. We're back on, eh? We are indeed, my lord. Well, I await suggestions about who we should kill first. First off, we need to train the whole army, because there are, tragically, things in our templates that are not infantry, and this cannot be allowed to stand. So, we're not going to use paratroopers. I need 10 army experience so I can remove the support artillery. Okay, we're going to build some civ factories in the high infrastructure spots. I feel like we might have to hold the Stalin line against the Germans, but we'll see. If you rush Poland then rush Germany, then you can take them out before they get strong. We could, but I don't want to do any... I'm going to do a historical war with Germany. I don't want it to be early or gimmicky. I want it to play out the normal way, because I want to make it harder for myself. Oh yeah, there's some 60s over here, aren't there? Yeah. Moscow, then the 60s. Okay. Research-wise, the UI mod makes the engineering tabs look a little bit less appealing, but that's okay. I think we are going to go with the Holy Trinity first. Go with Finland? No, I don't think we need to go with Finland. Middle Eastern oil? Why would we need oil? You should kill Dutch entities for rubber? Why would you need rubber? It's infantry only, no planes. I mean it when I say no planes. I mean literally nothing but infantry. This is my production line. Like, sincerely, let me show you how much I mean it. Nothing but infantry. We are going to want convoys. I think convoys we can allow. Just steel is needed. We have a lot of steel. You didn't know we had infantry only. You're bad. No, it's no problem. So we could go after China. Sweden. Go after Sweden. Boats. Boats are not allowed. I think the best early war. Maybe Romania? To improve the front that we can hold against the Germans. Because we get Stanislaw. So we could hold that and then the Carpathians. And then this river. But that's not much better than just this river. Kaiser, enough weird impressions of Chinese people. China for manpower? We don't need manpower. Full mass assault doctrine? Let's think about doctrines for a moment here. Mass assault gives... I've never really looked at it because it's such trash. Supply grace out of supply, it's worthless. Leg infantry, max entrenchment, that's good. That's very good. It's half as good as this, but it's still good. Deep battle. Supply consumption is very useful because we're going to want to deploy a lot of troops. Max planning's good. Inf combat width is really interesting. You get that on both sides, right? Yeah. So inf combat width minus 0.4 and another bit of supply consumption is really interesting. Because minus 1.4, they're 2 each. Let me just test something. I'm just going to cheat for a second so I can test this. Hang on. I will undo the cheat, don't worry. HOI4 console commands. I want to see how many more bits of infantry you can get into your division if you have mass assault. Alright, research. Here it is. Okay. Again, don't worry. I will undo this in a second. So, in vanilla, you can have, for 22 width, you can have 11 infantry. Like this. Right? 11 infantry is 22 width. And that's 80 soft attack, 250 defense. If we were to quickly research Grand Battle Plan, then we would be able to fit yeah, see, then it won't make 22s very convenient. It does make the 22s annoying because you can't build 22 combat with divisions. You can't build 20 combat with divisions either. Alright, we're not going to go mass assault because I can't stand... we need to have exactly 20 or 22 with divisions. It's research on item clicks, so thank you, yes. Let's turn that back off now. Nope, that's wrong. Turn it off. There we go. So I don't think we will go I don't think we will go mass assault. Unless there's something else really... I mean, there is the supply consumption minus 20%. But these are just less good bonuses, I think. Infantry recovery rate, that's pretty good. The recruitable prop is okay, but not really, not for the Soviets. So it's between these three. We can eliminate mobile warfare between these two. The extra soft attack from these, obviously all these are worthless. This is worthless. This soft attack would be good. I think it's Grand Battle Plan, you know. The max planning and extra infantry organization and extra defense. Maybe we go down this side. Let's have a look. No, it's still this side. Yep, I think it's standard Grand Battle Plan, to be honest. Right, we need our guys under a field marshal. We get out Konolev. Get him training. But you love mass assault. No, mass assault's worthless. in this circumstance, I think, unfortunately. Gun battle plan infiltration is best for infantry. I don't think that's correct. You get 20% max planning here, and same amount of organisation. So what's the benefit of this side? You get the same amount of organisation both sides. You get land knight attack, which is good. I think literally all the infantry benefits are identical, actually. but planning bonus is above all, so we will be going that side, I think. These are the ones that we're going to build. We're going to build a lot of them. We're obviously going to build 20 widths to start with. Next time on Count Christo, HOI4 Austria boats only. We shouldn't put those in training because it lowers the amount we get from army experience from training. You've got to go for like 10 minutes. Please tell you everything you missed when you get back. I will do my best. Right. Title. Title's right. Unless I didn't click update. Looks like I didn't click up. Oh no, wait, maybe it has. There is no title. Well, that's not right. Our production queue is going to be pretty simple this game. Just warning you. No, the title's right. Hit F5. It was fine, you just broke it. I did not break it, all I did was refresh my stream page. How can I possibly have broken it? So, we will of course be doing our best to help out in the Spanish Civil War. Speak of the devil. Alright, we can send 5. These guys the standard division? Yeah. We can't actually remove the stuff just yet, so I won't hold it against myself that unfortunately, very briefly, we will be forced to use some artillery. As soon as we have enough army experience, I will change it. I think we should rush ahead of time infantry equipment, considering it's the only thing that matters. Will you send aid to Ethiopia? It's a good idea, I hadn't considered that. And now, once we've done that, we shall delete all but one of our divisions and keep them exercising, so that we get full equipment on all of our volunteers. Oh, I should have queued up a bunch of guys training before I did that. Doesn't matter. We'll be able to get plenty of guys before the Chinese War, I think. Hold the capital, gain XP from defending. Yeah, it's a great idea. I can't believe I've never done that as the Soviets before. Bear in mind that our infantry is not good, so we'll probably fail to defend the capital. But if we gain some experience before we lose, then that's fine. Alright. None of those are needed. Up to 20 width, and then the next bit we'll use to remove this support artillery. Oh yeah, we can also lend-lease our equipment. I guess I'll lend-lease all my equipment to China. Next level stuff. It's pretty simple. I can't believe I hadn't thought of it before. Okay. Why aren't we in this battle? And we have to walk out and back in again in order to enter the battle. Alright, Spanish volunteers. I think we're probably best served pushing here and then pocketing the south. And also responding to any dangerous breakthroughs that may emerge. Let's go down to speed 3. Okay, in we go. Oh, they're actually attacking in the south. Ooh, lots of Germans here. Can we push through them? Maybe. Probably best that we make sure they don't win this attack here. Or this one here. Okay. You're not in the battle because it's an Ethiopian offensive, not defensive, is it? No, these guys are running. That means they're on the offensive. Yeah. Got very high defense on these German divisions. That's not going to work. Let's just foil their attacks for now. Over here. I want to turn up the game audio slightly. You're bad. No problem. Is it true that 100% of the supply comes from the enemy capital? I think you can just surround Zaragoza but not occupy it and deplete the fascists of their equipment. That happened in Kaiserreich. I think it's fixed in vanilla. Let's test that, though. Thank you for reminding me. I think the Ethiopian capital is going to fall before I actually have a chance to get back to defend it, which will be infuriating, but we'll do our best. Okay, I think 3 guys is enough to do a holding pattern over here. Let's see if with the other 2 guys we can encircle Zaragoza and test our theory. If you finish this fast, will you continue Ireland? Absolutely. Any opportunity I get to play Ireland, you better believe I'm going to play Ireland. Does that mean you're hyped about seeing Ireland? That's really nice to hear, if so. I don't know why, but it still kind of blows my mind that people like watching my stuff. Like, hundreds of people, like thousands of people actually, by now, really liked that that Soviet all-tanks campaign. 36,000 people decided to spend their time watching a video I made. That blows my mind. And that sounds kind of like boasting, but it's literally the opposite of boasting. I can't believe that people are that into it. We should quickly switch. Oh, balls! I just mucked up the instant switch. Fudge. And there's no way to. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, good. We can just do this. No, we can't. Damn it. Alright, well I cocked up that. I just put us like 300 days behind on it, on what's it called? Doctrine. That's really annoying. Oh well. What a bunch of morons watching my content who does that. That NSEG VOD was amazing. I'm glad you liked it. I thoroughly enjoyed doing it. I think we might be able to push in here. Yes, a lot of people are definitely around, mostly because of NSEG. People did really enjoy that one. I really enjoyed doing it. It was exceptionally good fun. Might as well put him in Moscow. Sorry, someone asked, are you Irish? No, I am British. It's going to get more and more difficult to surround Zaragoza if they get to push up there. Let's bring over some extra guys. Now we fought off the initial attacks. We're through there. Just go straight on to the next one. You guys deploy straight into the gap. Armament effort's done. Straight onto the Stalin Constitution. Where are you going, dudes? You're assigned to... Ah, there we go. Okay. Basic machine tools is done. Interesting. I think dispersed is still the right way to go. Even if we only switch our equipment twice, I think dispersed still ends up giving you more. Oh, time to remove that artillery. Bye-bye artillery. There goes 10 soft attack. Oh, no, whoops. I swapped it for... Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Oh well. Okay, so we are now officially no longer using anything except infantry equipment. Except for the guys that are currently in combat. What are you going to do with the spare army experience when you optimize your divisions? Nothing. There goes our defensive Addis Ababa. We tried. Sorry, Ethiopia. I mean, I'll make a 22 width variant, which you might want to use at some point. We're going to be able to do a really simple naming scheme today, aren't we? That's a 20. That's a 22. And then we'll design a 44. Irish is British, Annex is Ireland. The man makes a good point. Political power. Partial first? I think it's partial first. 40% increased civilian production speed is very valuable. You've got some very simple names for your divisions. Yeah, I'm a simple man. Oh, that's a big offensive they just launched. Let's get up here and help prevent it. I suspect if we stopped attacking this tile, some of them might leave. Although the Republicans are still involved in the attack, unfortunately. Yep, I suspected correctly. Do the German 88s scare you in that regard? I don't get it, actually. What are the German 88s? Get it because it's a multiple of 20? Well, 22. Oh, they haven't fixed the bug. I thought they had. Interesting. Well, I think this is one of those episodes, much like the Irish campaign, where I'm going to consider pretty much everything fair play. So I'm going to let myself use that. Ah, he doesn't know what the German 88 is. I'm terribly sorry. Is it a tank? What is it? I think we just secured Republican victory. The German 88s are the long guns. What are they, like anti-tank guns or artillery pieces or something? Oh, sorry, knocking over my mic. He dumb. Well, you're welcome to your opinion, Kaiser. It's modified into an anti-tank role. Cool. Japan starts increasing neo production. So should we justify on someone immediately? Adding Romania's factories to our own would be relatively valuable. I don't think we're going to run out of steel. Everything's fair play, names tank division imp 3. Alright, not that much. Oh yeah, that's something I'm going to do. I think it's Sin for Xinjiang. No? T debug. Tag sick. I'm going to get rid of Mongolia and Tanatuva. I don't want AI in my faction. Okay. There we go. Tanu what? Tanu where? Good questions. All good questions. So the org on these guys off here is going to start bleeding pretty quickly. These guys have returned home. You can probably stop exercising now. For now, let's assume we're going to have to hold the Stalin line. But I don't know if we will in the end. We'll see. We are allowed to build forts, by the way. I'm not banning myself from doing that. Speed 4 while these guys bleed out. Guys, stop attacking. Just let them bleed out for a bit. Let them bleed out and it'll be a cakewalk. The only issue with this plan is that the AI will probably take Zaragoza. Like our allied AI will probably take Zaragoza. So we should probably make hay while the sun is shining and launch some attacks now. Your manpower is your fort. What are you talking about? Alright, pocketing the south. Just keep crushing through here. I want to ideally encircle them before they get back to their supply. So let's see if we can do that. Ensuring communist victory in the Civil War, it doesn't do a great deal for us. But by ensuring our army experience is pretty valuable. Yes, it does look like the surround. What? You're back. Catch you up. Yes, the surrounding capital thing does still work. I thought they'd fixed it, but it appears I was wrong. Amongst other things that happened, we failed to defend Ethiopia. I mucked up doctrines and set us back quite significantly by 272 days, to be precise. Right, let's go over here. Are you going to encourage the French Commune? No. No, I'll let France fall as normal. Like I said, I want to give myself a historical challenge. Thank me later, Spain. Okay, Islamic Constitution, terrorism. I should have checked. Is that a good idea? Yes, this is still by far the better side. Even with these ones? Yes. I've always found that the central side of that was much better. The central side. I'm really good at English. The central section of that is better. New thing. Free trades? I think doctrine is going to be more valuable. Military theorist, please. He doesn't get purged, I'm pretty sure, in the standard purge options. Oh, wait a minute. I'm being silly. We can purge the armor guy, because you generally want to keep the armor expert, which is why you always end up purging this guy. But we don't need to keep the armor guy. So we can just make all our divisions 22 width immediately and scrap the idea of a 20 width. Cool. No 20 widths, no 40 widths. Only gods. There we go. Cool. Do you ever need that many research slots with so many things excluded from research? It will allow us to do things way ahead of time, which will be helpful. Like, we're already researching this, and after we finish researching this, I'm going to immediately start researching this. It's almost like they retreated that at just the right moment. Not they did, of course. There you go. Looks like they're making a push for Barcelona. It's not a big deal, though. We can retake the area. Let's just keep focusing on this side for now. Try to get more than 1.23 million casualties in one battle for historical accuracy. That will be a bit tricky. Although the game doesn't track casualties, as I pointed out the other day. It only tracks deaths. You just found 12-year-old bottle of scotch with a bit left over from 2 years ago. Seems fine to me. I like how there's this odd, you can engage them one at a time thing. It's very strange. Oh, hello, Japanese. Get out of here. What are you doing on this continent? Asking to be encircled is what you're doing. We're going to do our best to win the Chinese war for the Chinese, surprisingly enough. Get out of here, Japan. There we go. Time to pocket. Finish off these encircle divisions. And these. See what we can do to rush in behind them. Apparently it's very good. In before historical Stalingrad. I feel like we are going to struggle. This should be a difficult campaign, I think. We'll see. With high enough entrenchment, I have faith that we can make it work. With entrenchment and forts, I think we can make it work, but... Excuse me. Don't forget you need to send volunteers to all Chinese involved parties. Yes, I shall do. No, they're going to pocket me. Quick, stop them. Good. AI actually stopped them for me. Thank you, AI. Done a great service this day. See you later, Kaiser. No imprisonments. There will be no imprisonments. And take no prisoners. Positive heroism. Progress cult done. Always good. Who's assigned themselves down there? Don't do that. Well, 6. Let's get some into this guy. Great. So I posted that screenshot of France with their stupid number of forts and things onto Facebook. And everyone was saying like, oh, you'll never get through that. Come on. Don't bet against the count, guys. Of course I'm going to be able to do it. I'm going to be able to do it, and I'm going to be able to do it without even breaking a sweat. No, you don't. Won't you just nuke their forts? No! I am not going to fire a single nuke at France until we have all of their divisions pocketed in Paris. Like a no-fun Irishman. No, I'm not gonna nuke France at all, because I want to see if I can get the largest pocket in history in Paris using them. And before Super Heavy Tank 75 width. You can actually get them higher than that. Like a no-fun Irishman. Trying to break your own record. Yes. Yes, indeed. I also want to set a new record for most people killed with a single nuke. Don't bet against the count. You heard it here first. Hey, it's true. Don't bet against the count. It's a good catchphrase. Yeah, I like it. I think it sounds cool. I imagine you could do that against the Russians with that insane manpower pool. Well, if that was your objective, you should do it against the Chinese for maximum effect. Which means it would probably be easiest to do as the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union are the country with which it is easiest to make the Chinese win the Chinese war against the Japanese. We won't need radio. Although later we might invent... No, we probably won't want to invent radio. I was going to say it's just so we can get radars for the sake of it, but... Considering it would take industry to build radars, I don't think we need to. Do you think you could one day do a 1,000 division encirclement? Gandalf, if I finish this campaign quickly, I think I might be able to do the 1,000 division encirclement today. Although the French do seem to have stopped deploying more troops, so it might be an 800 division encirclement. This is a freaking large division that we're building. Radiotech grants reinforcement rate. We are using the Sirius mod, which grants 100% reinforcement rate. And besides, if you wanted reinforcement rate, the NKVD divisions gives plus 20% reinforcement rate, which is more than you'd ever need. What's your goal for this game? Win a relatively historical war against Germany without using anything except infantry. Geez, you mean the NKVD thing? It's weirdly overpowered, isn't it? Isn't NKVD 30%? Oh, you might be right. I'm sorry. I'm not certain. I have used it a grand total of 1 time, because I don't play with reinforcement rate. But yeah, it's something insane. Makes radio pretty redundant. Look at these glorious experienced divisions. We could have got them even more experienced if we'd... I'm going to rush deploy guys so we can get a big enough army to send plenty of people to China, and then I'll delete them all. We'll do your first Kaiserite game. Who should you play as? Germany. No, France. How easy do you want it to be? If you want it to be easier, play as France. If you want it to be harder, play as Germany. Those are basically the main characters of Kaiserreich. May I ask why you don't play with reinforcement rate? Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a hypothetical. Let's say this round goes badly. Let's say we're left defending a desperate defensive line. We're on the river near Moscow and falling back here with heavy fighting going on in low supply in the north. 10 brave 44 infantry divisions are desperately trying to hold Moscow against massive tanks, German tanks trying to cross the river against them. They're holding strong, but two of the divisions sadly break and need to withdraw. Their comrades step up to breach the gap and begin rolling a dice that has a 7% chance of having them reinforce into the combat and deciding to help Moscow. If they fail to roll that dice successfully, they will just follow their comrades out of Moscow for no apparent reason. Reinforcement rates, kids. Not even once. It's dumb. You have to roll a dice before your men will decide that yes, they should defend the tile you put them in specifically to defend. It's ridiculous. Makes no sense. Anti-paradox propaganda. You know that I love paradox. They just have a couple of questionable things. Main character, mein Gott. Germany and France are basically the main characters. Okay, so much for the nationalist revolution. You thought reinforcement rate was something to do with giving supply to low strength units. Yeah, no, nothing to do with that. What else says the word? What else about what? Sorry. Did you go to PDXCon? I did not. You have to get me, you have to all subscribe to me and encourage others to do the same so I can get large enough that Paradox will fly me to PDXCon next year. So much for the Nationalist Revolution, bye bye. Thank you and good night. I'm the Soviet Union. I'll be here all decade. What else is questionable? In HOI4? Not a huge amount, to be honest. HOI4 is generally pretty on point, in my opinion. You met the man who killed Tupac. Who is Tupac? Or perhaps what is Tupac might be a better question. I don't know what Tupac means. In HOI4, what's questionable? The front line spreading drives me insane. Glances at massive list of changes for future patches. Yeah, but nothing is as like silly as I find, in my opinion, as I find reinforcement rate. Rolling a dice as to whether or not to defend a city, it just seems bonkers. He's a rapper. Oh, okay. Not surprising. I don't know him then. I'm just going to keep rush deploying these until we have lots of divisions so that we can make certain we can get China done. Man, this runs fast compared to the Irish campaign. To no one's surprise. Careers says, you just begged for it and subscribed. Thank you very much, Careers. I didn't... Did I say subscribe? I meant to say follow. But thank you very much anyway. That's extremely generous of you. Thank you. His ilk still in touch with Trotsky. We shall find out. Thank you, Chris. Very nice of you. Alright, we're finally out of equipment. Welcome to the Christo Club. Now you need to call him. What? Oh, Lord and Saviour, okay. Is that my real title? Lord and Saviour. I'm not sure about that. Get rid of the National Unity one. It don't matter. If you get to the point where you're going to capitulate as the Soviets, you're dead already. Okay, now this time... Do we have to accept in order for them to do the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact? No, we don't. So we can say no to this. Because we don't need armor research time. Or does this mean they... Can they do this if we don't accept this? I'm not sure they can, so I think we should accept it. Plus, you know, we want it to be historical. Oh, is that what gives us our claims? No. So why does Poland dislike us about that? Oh, because they just signed the Anti-Comintern Pact, okay. Tupac was famously killed by George Bush. To hide the government involvement in the homosexualization of frogs. I think you might not be being entirely serious with me. They can't do Molotov-Ribbentrop if they don't get the research agreements. I should really say that here, shouldn't it? Oh no, there it. Yeah, it doesn't say. It doesn't say that you need it here. Weird. Secret trial of the generals. Okay, so we'll get rid of this one because yeah, we don't need division training time. We don't need army experience gain, and we just don't. All we don't want to get rid of is this guy who is in the first group. So we can do this one. We don't care about armor, don't care about submarines. Cool. Spam Kappa says it does. Does it say here? It doesn't. Oh, it says requires treaty with the USSR. But it does. This doesn't get cancelled if I don't agree. It's just that you don't get the bonuses from it. I'm pretty sure at least they can't do the pact without the agreement, but I could be wrong. Well, we should learn that at some point. That'd be a good thing to know. Now you know all those green divisions we rush deployed just in case we wouldn't get enough out in time for China. Yeah, we're going to delete those. Ah! Division selection's a bit odd sometimes. This was dumb. I should have known that we would be able to deploy enough before we got to war with China. This is something I'd like Paradox to add to the game. You should be able to click, hold shift and drag up and select all the divisions. That would be so useful. Why not exercise them? Because that breaks equipment. Whereas training them doesn't break equipment. If you could still do the pact, it would be too dumb to use. Immersion breaker. Well, you could agree to one pact even if you didn't agree to a different one. We will exercise them once we get everyone deployed. Because I feel like supply might be one of the issues we face. For Trial of the 21, the Navy and Air Force have been getting off easy so far. Especially since, you know, we have no planes or boats. Why not double click and select them and just deselect the ones you want? Because there were also 687 that we wanted, so it would take as long to deselect as to select. There's dispersed industry. Let's go improve machine tools. How do you train them, and what's the difference in training them and exercising them? I think by training them, when I say train them, I mean doing this, and by exercising them, I mean exercising using this. And when you train them, you can get them up to this level with 0 attrition. Whereas if you train them in the field, then you end up... Sorry, hang on, let me just think. We should do these two first. Whereas if you... Oh, god damn, that's the wrong side. I should have done that. I was meant to do this side. I'm mucking up everything. Oh well, doesn't matter. Oh, for God's sake. China. China gave up their land. Idiots. Just found out what we Shanxi already. Yeah, there we go. Consent 5. Congratulations, China. You get my best 5. And these guys will await orders as soon as the Republic of China gets declared on. It's always funny when this happens. They, oh, I can only send 4 on this one. They never seem to garrison this land very well, so China always seems to kind of rush in. Free research slot. Prepare defense, please. How do you train? Sorry, I've already read that one. You've got a defensive line that's not against the river, just a little blip. So I do. Thank you. That would have been very annoying. Okay, our men have arrived. Let's see what we can do here. And likewise, see what we can do about this. Construction 2, great. Let's go straight into computing machine. Okay. Let's cut off the Shandong Peninsula. Grats to China on that little 1 division encirclement. I know, it's pretty good. Every little helps, man. He said dong. Yeah, hilarious. Shandong does indeed have the word dong in it. Children. I hope we see Yugoslavia join the Allies like we did in our last Soviet campaign. No, that wasn't in the last Soviet campaign, that was in my Egypt campaign. That was fun. Yugoslavia and... who was the other one? And Romania both joined the Allies in my last game, even though we were on historical focuses. Oh, they're trying to leave. No, you don't. Not without a few casualties first. Probably more casualties on my side than theirs there, to be honest. But we at least delay them getting wherever they want to be. Anytime we can inconvenience Japan in this war, it's going to be good. We need to watch out for the naval invasion, because China's not garrisoning the ports. Oh, here they are. Good timing, eh? Let's get down here and counter that. That was extraordinarily good timing just then. Okay, here they are. We're on our way. New political power. Probably want to go with... Free trade? Yeah, I think free trade's going to be good for now. We're going to want to switch off it fairly soon, because we're going to run out of steel, but... For now, it's going to be good. Chief of Army, Infantry. I think we can get that next. That was the other one I was considering, but I think we're okay on that for now. They haven't left the port yet. Guys, you're going to need to do something. The Soviets are bearing down on you. It's a bit late now. Now we're just going to let you leave the port and then pocket you. Like this. Yeah, Chief of Army Infantry and then a couple of military high command guys are probably the next step. Man, I've done this so many times recently. Winning for China is just textbook. War economy for the win. It's true, I should probably have done war economy. I forgot that we could do that now. We'll do that next before ahead of Chief of Army. Good. Busting in here. And down the poor Japanese go. Good. Okay. Let's see what we can do to capitulate these guys. So we'll be pretty focused. Like so. Nice. Don't let up. I want them dead. You finally moving in with the wife, souls. Okay, now they're garrisoning a couple of ports. That should slow down the Japanese. Dude, come play with us a bit more in the Supreme Peasants multiplayer games. You mostly do vanilla games, right? I don't like vanilla multiplayer much. Yep. Cool, souls. Good for you. Alright. There goes the north. Just roll through here. Plus, people much prefer watching single player compared to multiplayer, at least on my channel. People overwhelmingly prefer watching single player for some reason. You should do more games with your peasants. I assume you mean you, as in the viewers. Let's see if we can pocket these guys, maybe. Same here. Hey, Christo. Hey, Bonhoff. How you doing? Thanks for your help in the multiplayer, Bonhoff, by the way. Part of our glorious success. No, that's That's really pretty. I like how it's just Chinese volunteers, Chinese volunteers. Like it doesn't differentiate between the two Chinas. Let's see if we can pocket all these guys. I'll pretty much end the Japanese resistance at this point. Oh, not the day-night cycle. Oh yes, someone reminded me that I should use the... Hey, are you late? Not really. I mean, no big wars have begun. We're just helping out with the civil wars right now. Not civil wars, the AI wars. Making sure that China wins against Japan, and making sure that... Oh, hello. And making sure that the Republic of Spain's won. But we've already done that first one. Do you stop attacking? Stop attacking. Why is this guy not responding? He's involved in an attack and he won't respond to my orders. Oh, we're paused. I'm an idiot. There we go. Fixed it. Remember to start purging soon. Start purging? We have started purging. We've already done the purge. Oh, does the purge describe more accurately now? Are you a damn commie? Asks Legolas. No, I'm not a commie. I'm quite a long way from a commie. But for the purposes today, comrade. What does your template look like? Oh, it's the new meta. We're going to be using these. It's all you need in life, baby. Now that we've sent our volunteers to China, actually, it's time to do this. I was referring to you playing as the Soviets, but okay. In the circumstance of us playing to a Soviets, yes, of course we're a commie. 22 widths? Yeah, because we're using a field marshal with offensive doctrine. .22 width is the standard infantry width, because of the offensive doctrine trait. Slams division. This bad boy can pack so much freaking spaghetti. Pretty much. Alright. Have you revealed what job it is yet? No, I haven't. Well, that didn't take long. Can't you, go with 24 widths in an offensive guy? No. You want something which is a multiple of 20, or 10% higher if you're using offensive. 10% higher than 20 is 22. Need to test a run with mass assault and offensive doctrine combo. Yeah, that would be fun. How long is it until we invent something? Is there anything we want to rush? Doesn't look like it. I guess we'll just get basic infantry tech then. See if we can pocket this guy. Can you play as Turkey sometime? Yeah, probably. I'll definitely play it in Kaiserreich, I imagine. They're not very interesting in vanilla. Unless they get a focus tree, in which case, of course, I'll play them in vanilla. I'm interested in how this will play out. It could be interesting, yeah. I feel like it's going to be tough. Like, really tough. Get more guys in there. No, 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 this way. Thank you. Yes, the Ottoman focus tree is incredibly good. Is it? I haven't really noticed it much. I think the Ottoman tree is incomplete. Yes. The whole thing about asking, like, refusing to pay German debts and stuff. I feel like the tanks are gonna inflict so many casualties until the anti-tank comes around. I think even when we get this, they're still gonna inflict crazy casualties because the piercing on these guys is 4. With 2 plus 100%, that still only goes to 16. I don't know if they stack, but if they do stack, it goes to 16. If they don't, it only goes to 12, which is not high. 12 armor is not going to pierce Soviet tank division. Sorry, German tank divisions, except maybe light tanks. Even then, I'm not actually sure. Paradrop around Berlin. Not allowed paratroopers or planes. No paratroopers, no planes, no tanks, no boats. If we capitulate Germany and Italy, we win. We don't have to capitulate Japan, obviously. Do mountaineers get more breakthrough / piercing? I can't remember if they get more breakthrough. Yes, they do. More breakthrough, no more piercing, more AUG, more soft attack once you research the tech for it, less HP, more cost. Let's just continue to rush along the coast. Thanks for the check. No problem, my pleasure. I like learning too. Counted new officers, good. Are you allowed planes / boats? No. Literally nothing. Except these divisions. With only infantry. That's it. Ba, 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 ba. I think this might be the highest casualties I'll ever take. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. This song really reminds me of Mountain Blade for some reason. I think it's that, whatever that instrument is. The one that's going da 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 da. Anyone know what that instrument is? Cut him off. Soviets have enough men to walk over the Baltic. I think you might well be right. Do you like Mountain Blade? It's your favourite game. I wouldn't say I like Mountain Blade. I liked Mountain Blade. I haven't played it for years. It was one of my favourite games a long time ago. Enough men. Like fire ants in the rainforest, Soviet of the Union, count-trained infantry huddle and cling together. That would be cool. Those fire ants are amazing, the ones that do that. How many Japs have we killed so far? That awkward moment when the Japanese have 3 times the casualties. Artillery is infantry. Incorrect. We are only allowed... I mean, they're infantry battalion, yes. We are literally only allowed these. Nothing else. If we were allowed artillery, it would be a piece of... It would be really easy. He says, rephrasing hurriedly. Yeah, if we allowed artillery, it would be a cakewalk. It would be almost a standard Soviet Union run. Let them deploy, and then delete this guy. Yeah, supply is going to become an issue now. The Imperial rules to be if its name is infantry, if yes, if no, it's banned. Pretty much, yeah. That is basically the rule we're running with. Next time on Count Christo, HOI4, Romania, field hospitals only. Well, the artillery-only game is also out there as a challenge. It's extraordinarily difficult, though. Bhutan with only paratroopers. That wouldn't be that bad, because paratroopers are just better infantry. Same as mountaineers and marines. Bhutan with only paratroopers, and you're only allowed to paradrop rather than normal attack, and you can't build planes. That would be challenging. You had to, like, try and pick the side with the most aeroplanes. And then hope they give you supremacy. Oh no, because you couldn't do that. You're only allowed to build transport planes. I think that's all we do. No, we don't need to claim Bessarabia. Don't need any of that. Okay, I think it's just none of these help. I think we just bank political points, although this is actually faster than banking political points, so we'll do this. Only tanks and those broken strategic bombers should be a game. Well, I have done only tanks. Although I haven't done only tanks, like, properly yet. I only did an only tanks run where I was allowed motorized. So, you know. The actual only tanks game I never finished. I decided I should stream it. New Zealand, but you can only use divisions with a single big blob tank. Sadly, the stacking penalty makes 2 combat width armies only actually unplayable. Straight on to the next one? I think so. 13 width divisions and planes only or something. 13 for bad luck. It's not a bad idea. That's why it's a challenge. True. But if something's literally unplayable, that feels less like a challenge and more like, why am I putting myself through this? Only support equipment? Not possible. You are so pro overrunning them that, man, I can't overrun them as good as you. Thank you. Well, I have lots of experience. This war is pretty textbook at this point. I've fought it so many times. And, you know, the Japanese have no supply at this point, so it's hardly a challenge. There you go. Okay, there goes all plausible threat from the Japanese. We are going to need a port garrison. 144 width per port seems like far too many, but that's okay. Obviously we won't necessarily hold Odessa. Okay, port's garrisoned. He has a time machine? What? What are you idiots talking about in chat today? See what we can do to maximize Japanese casualties. Right, rush this port. You guys finished clearing them up in the north? Enough, yeah. What is this? Victoria 2. No, we had that earlier today. Let's have the Songs of Hearts of Iron 3 next. Why don't you boost popularity in other countries just for fun? Because it would be a waste of political power, and if we actually made them switch to us, I feel like that was a bit cheaty. Because they would be using things that weren't just infantry, which is unacceptable. Is there anything else we want to do? Like, we don't need to do any of these. Don't need to do any of that. That doesn't help. We could reconcile Japan. You know what? I've never reconciled Japan before. I bet reconciling Japan... I bet if you do this, they still join the Fat Axis and then go to war with you. I bet they do. So let's not bother. Vision training time? I guess. Or we could just bank the political... I think we just bank the political points, honestly. We were going to want regrouping for sure. I take offence. That is twice in one day have you referred to a group that I am in to be an idiot. Have I? What? What group? Who do I call idiots? What does army regrouping do? It's the speed at which your divisions regain organisation. Partisan suppression? Nah. On Adaway's stream. It booked. On Ocho's stream. Freaking heck. Dang nabbit, heck it. Oh look, I try not to swear too much. When I'm letting my hair down, when it's Adaway's stream, I mean, can you blame me? Alright, Chinese War 1. Correct. Okay, GG Japan. Good try. You've ruined any hope your country had of ever expanding off its island. That's the wrong one. Oh, chat. Did I call chat idiots? I'm sorry. I meant a specific subsection of chat. Free city factories. More city factories. Alright, next up. Concealment seems like it'll be good to prevent enemy air support being too bad. Japan retreats from Manchuria, entire country explodes. Alright, you guys all deployed. Good, good. Alright, and we're out of infantry equipment. Finally. I don't know how many of these we're going to be able to train in parallel, but we shall find out together. Japanese build act, we push back hard. Excuse me, hang on. Yeah, let's screenshot that one. Excuse me? Excuse me? I don't think they expected Japan to do this well. 10 out of 10 infrastructure across the board is expected. I feel like that might be actually a good plan, because our supply is going to take such a hit. I also feel like it's going to be necessary to train up our entire army. Let's start doing that. I reckon we can do at least 20 parallel. A challenge run you could do is conquer land by dropping loot boxes, I mean troops. You're only allowed to keep land conquered with said paratroopers to be allowed to defend your homeland with whatever you want. Yeah, it could be interesting. I do want to try an only paratrooper game at some point. That's how hard you pushed back. Oh, you got me. That's a good response. You pushed back so hard, 9 divisions got lost in the Chinese army. Are you both seeing communism in the PRC? People's Republic of China, sorry. No. There's no need. I mean, yeah, I could make tiles flip from China to P-Rock, but it doesn't matter. Christo, do you think it's better to hold Smolensk and the forest of Ubek and the plains? Do you think it's better to hold Smolensk and the forest or Vubesk? Remind me where Smolensk is. Where's Smolensk again? The easiest place to hold is definitely the Stalin line, which is what we're currently on, in case you don't know. Roughly, anyway. The best thing to hold in multiplayer is the front line. Because your objective shouldn't just be to hold, it should be to apply pressure to Germany during an Allied D-Day. We're running out of stuff to get. I guess we get a trade deal, guy. Smolensk is just north of where you put all your troops. Oh, do you mean should you hold here or here? Definitely here, no question. Here is much too close to Stalingrad. Sorry, to Leningrad. The gap between the two rivers. Yeah, no, you should definitely hold here, not here. Is this Smolensk? Somewhere around here. Oh, there's Smolensk. Oh, do you think it's better to hold here or like here? This is definitely better, I think. No national focus? No, we've done all the national focuses that are useful, except these, but for those we have to be at war. And we can't justify right now except the event ones, otherwise the Allies will guarantee whoever we justify on. So where are you suggesting you might defend here? You think you might do like this? I'm not convinced by this at all. No, I think this is much better. And then just have a higher fort here. In multiplayer, if you had a level 5 fort limit, there might be a case for further back, but I'm not sold. Found the ICPI. What does that do? No, worthless. We're never going to convert factories. It's just a silly idea. You should never do that. So, and none of this is worthwhile. I don't think we need this political power. Alright, you guys all trained up? Yes, you are. Good. Routes from Smolensk 2010. What happened to Smolensk? Way ahead of time. Well, not way ahead of time. It's partly ahead of time infantry tech. I guess we do this. Annex Tanatuva. Tana where? I don't like having AI in my faction, so I just removed them both by giving them Xinjiang. Improve the Stalin line only gives about 4 forts on this line. And they're all like here, here, and here. So I usually don't bother. I guess we could do it just because there's no reason not to. Yeah, go on then. Why not? If we have the political power already. A Polish president visited Russia, but he died over Smolensk. Oh, okay. It's a plane crash. Poor guy. We should probably transition into military factories just about now. And no, I don't have a hard and fast rule about when I do that. I'm just playing it by ear. By the seat of my pants. Where's the other ATS or an AT? There it is, there and there. There we go, good. Is that the Flight of the Valkyries in the background? It is, yes. It's the HOI4 soundtrack that we have going at the moment. You doing? Yes, he is good. No, 20. There we go. Sign the treaty. Give me land, guys. Give me all the land. Send the ultimatum. Mongolian cluster frick challenge. Only 1 or 2 unit of cavalry per division. That would be almost impossible because the narrow ones are really hard. Welcome to the Union. Using narrow divisions makes the game almost entirely unplayable. Oh, we are now short on iron. Well, let's open the economy up a bit in a bit then. Rather close the economy down a bit. Mission going Navy. And infantry equipment, Latvia submits. Finland rejects our demands. We will crush them in a few weeks. Lithuania submits. Naturally. Encryption's good. We will win in a few weeks, by the way. It's meant to be sarcastic because historically it took the Soviets much longer than that, but I'm feeling pretty confident that we will indeed crush them in a few weeks. I'm going to do crushing attacks all the way along the line rather than a pincer attack here. Losses are not high on my list of priorities. Avoiding losses, that is. You make it harder for the German tanks to push because of forests instead of plains. Yeah, you might be right. I'm just concerned about once they break through, they're then even further past your line. Ah, right, damn. We shouldn't be doing a focus. We want to be doing this right now. Oh well. You might be right. I'm not experienced enough with vanilla multiplayer. Soviet censorship. Well, the Soviets were the ones that invented the concept of political correctness, so that would make sense. Cruising through now. Looks like we can support more parallel guys. See how many. I wonder if this will be difficult. Or whether it'll end up just being a pushover. We'll see. Keep cruising through there. Oh, of course, we got all our volunteer forces back. Nice. I don't think we need to use them. Which is what we should do. We should do, if we are going to defend the Stalin line, we should do something like this. Where we have the gap guarded by the veterans of China. Yeah, that looks cool. That seems cool to me. Although they should, of course, be in this army. They deserve their rest. We don't need to integrate them into the Finnish battle line. They have earned their pause. What a boring invasion of Finland. In HOI4 you'd have to spend about half an hour drawing really complicated battle plans. I know. I have a Soviet campaign in HOI4 on the channel right now. As people constantly remind me in comments telling me to put another episode out of it. But yes, it is much... HOI4 is a lot simpler than HOI3 in terms of battle plans and invasions. May want to post links to memes if you like, yeah. As long as they're not too weird. I like the joke about... there was a time... we don't look at it. That there was that time that the the Soviets charged a hill, and many of the general's men died, and the surviving one came back and said, "Sir, we can't hold. There's a single Finnish sniper holding the hill." And the general said, "Nonsense! You can take him out," and sent another wave of infantry in, and the infantry were all butchered. And the man again comes back and said, "No, General, there's a Finnish sniper holding the hill. We can't possibly break through." And after wave of Soviet men sent to die against this hill, eventually a report comes back, "Sir, it was a trap all along. There were 2 snipers." I think the Finnish snipers are slightly over-romanticized, but I still like that. You guys can port garrison the new ports. But yeah, the Finnish soldiers are definitely over-romanticized. They weren't actually quite as better than the Russians as ever. The Russians just had terrible logistics and supply lines and all that kind of stuff. Can't believe it took me that long to remember to go onto war economy, but oh well. Poland joins allies. Direct favour on Poland. Can you use your army points? Not really. There's nothing to spend them on. I think if we do this, it will automatically bypass all these, actually. So I'm not gonna. Meme clarified. We're cleared to proceed. Germany owns the pact. Good. So now the question is, do we defend the front line or the Stalin line? I think the answer is the front line. I think we try and defend the whole front. It's the only way. Honestly, with as much like supply issues as we may end up having, we might want to have like a full army here and then another full army on the Stalin line. I do feel like if we declare war on them right now, we'd roll over them, though. I just have that impression. Being on the front line also means we're going to be able to get a planning bonus, which is very good. And then obviously these guys are going to be involved in some... No, let's just put them on the main German front line, that's fine. Okay, you guys... Let's do a round of training. And how are we doing on supply? I'm getting relatively close. We might want to build a bunch of... And yet we're short on... I forgot to change our freaking economy law. Okay. We need to do our economy law as a matter of urgency. Alright, no, don't use that. 127, let's just test this. If I now switch this research slot into something else... like ahead of time piercing. This. So it was 227 before. And now it's 198. Yeah, so you can save up and then spend it twice, I think. You have a non-aggression pact. I know we can't go to war with Germany now. But I meant kind of, you know, if we go to war with Germany. So when should we start building forts, do you reckon? Christo Count 24. This is wrong in so many ways. It hurts my head. Is greater than Rambler the Alex. Are you trying to say, you know, I should interpret what you're saying the opposite, and therefore Rambler is better than me? Oh look, Vichy France is orange. Interesting. Direct over on Norway. I think we just do way ahead of time infantry tech, to be honest. No, the name's just opposite. Well, I'm flattered then. I think I have watched one or two of his videos. I watched a lot of other YouTubers failing at NSEEK just because I found it satisfying. So I think I saw his video failing at NSEEK. Well, we know they're not going to be able to break it early. Because we definitely have a higher percentage of our troops on the front line. I think export focus should be enough for now, right? Yeah, for now. We're definitely going to have to build infrastructure. Do you think Isar is a good player? I haven't watched any much of his stuff. I've barely watched any of his stuff, to be honest. Yeah, we need to improve the infrastructure. Let's go up to 8. I should be on, but let's do that while we're on construction engineering, so we'll do it in a minute. After we do this factory production first. Like I said earlier, I don't watch YouTube Let's Plays anymore, because in the times when I would have been watching them, in other words, when I was playing the game, I now record. So I end up never watching any Let's Plays. You've been visited by the Kraken. Liberate Poland, all your ships are destroyed by him. Which ships? The Kraken's already visited today, it appears. New ship city experiment. Diversify the program. What ships? Exactly. Relax the blamer. Fall of Cairo. Huh. Interesting. Italy did rather well. Does Vichy France start with Tunisia? I did not know that. And Syria? That's not normal, is it? Maybe it only doesn't happen if there's a player in France. Yep, there we go. Yugoslavia joins the Allies, which means North Yugoslavia is about to break away. You found your channel by watching the NC video of Alex Ramba. Someone wrote a comment that Count Christo made it and I searched your channel. That's very nice of you. Thank you for doing that. You're very welcome here, naturally. Does Croatia not get Slovenia? Interesting. What is with all these weird Kraken stuff? Oh, Mr. Port. How dare I? Sean Steele again, yep. North Yugoslavia. Yeah, whatever, Croatia. Close enough. We could send volunteers to Yugoslavia. I don't think we'll bother though. More steel for us. Quite a lot of factories we've got already. Time is going pretty quickly. It's not tactical forward if that's what you're implying. Quick, hide it. Close city networks. What are you lot on about? Chat's very strange right now. When did they declare war on us? It's like February of 41, something like that. Shh, don't disturb them. We need to observe them in their natural habitats. Make custom emotes. You make custom emotes. You do all my graphic stuff anyway. Can he? What, have custom emotes? It's a good point. I don't know if I can have custom emotes. Yeah, supply is going pretty bad. Let's have some of our guys fall back. Until we improve the infrastructure on the front. June 41, thank you. Mm-hmm. 45 viewers, tentacle, wow, tentacle. Nice. Let's keep limiting exports. Cut down on our reliance on those darn capitalist Americans. As soon as we finish this focus, we'll switch to construction engineering, and then build crap tons of infrastructure on the front, and then crap tons of forts. Did he just say wow instead of Poggers or PogChamp? I did. As far as I'm concerned, that thing means wow. I don't know who PogChamp is. I'm sorry. Exclamation mark pass butter. What are you on about? Alright. Give me that infrastructure. Previous bottleneck is actually Blesk. Where is that? That is here, okay. Yeah, the bottleneck is almost always the local infrastructure and the infrastructure in adjacent states, okay. You're dead to me. Just kidding, you still love me. That and Kappa. See, I know Kappa. Chris, not knowing Twitch emotes. Well, I never watch streams. I just do them. The best line is the Siberian line. That seems a little extreme to me. How many men have we got fielded right now? 6.3 million. We are actually going to have to raise our manpower law as Russia, which I very rarely have to do. It's pretty standard that Twitch streamers and viewers live in separate worlds. That makes sense. Now would be a great time to use that time machine, Chris, though. I'm telling you, I don't have a time machine. I've been told by the government to deny it. Bum ba da bum 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 ba dum. This might not be enough, you know. Which is kind of insane. I reckon we have time for level 5 forts at least. Which basically means they'll never break us. Should we fall back behind this river? No, we'll be alright. Later on, Christo would live to regret those words. This is another thing they could speed up. You should be able to like click and drag forts. Or hold shift to build 5. That'd be handy too. Click, click, click. Yeah. Your current goal says you'll start streaming in 1080p. Yeah, I should probably update Patreon at some point. Forts so close to the front line? What do you mean? Forts on the front line is the standard. Ba-da-bum. 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 Lend lease the allies. Good point. Here, England. Have 224 of these. 1,020 of these. 2,029 of these. 2,652 of these. 2,250. 2,552. How many was it? 2,652. 2,652 of these. 470 of these. 188 of these. 240 of these. 72 of these. And 108 of these. Great. No, you're okay on convoys. It can just be, we can just send it slowly. Much OCD. Well, we've got to get rid of all of our you know, wrong equipment. Excuse me. Hey, we got the bugger. Excuse my language. Christo filling up British museums with war antiquities. That's a really funny way of looking at it. What's the bottleneck here? Previous bottleneck is infrastructure in Leningrad. What? But okay. I think that means the whole Leningrad area. So I guess we need like a constant chain of high infrastructure. Next tech. Yeah, decryption seems good. Let's get these guys back on the front. Oh yeah, and these don't need to overlap. Oh god, what's happened? Oh, I see. I see how it is. Let's do it this way. What are these tanks? Send them to Gulag. I need more boots! Nice. Yeah, supply is an issue. Mass assault would have helped with that, I'm not denying it. Ooh, we're out of manpower. If a song is made by just one guy, indie, would you have to worry about copyright if you played it? I honestly don't know. Maybe. I think it would depend whether or not they had kind of submitted it to YouTube for automatic checking. It's possible that I would. Alright, we need to go to limited next. There we go, another 1,000,000 manpower. Nice, Greece joins. Unfortunately, Romania gave in to the North Transnistria, so they are definitely going to join the Axis. What is Count Christo's Twitter account? It's called Count Christo. I don't know the link. Unfortunately, exclamation mark Twitter is not a thing. Sue me. Disclaimer, I had nothing to do with those graphics. No, a different subscriber made the graphics for Twitter. To whom I am very grateful. I think they're quite nice. Next thing to research. Can't use nukes. Industry tech. Ahead of time night vision. Industry tech. I think we might have overproduced military factories. Germany's coming for us. Need to get those forts up, boys. We might need to leave these rest of these guys on the fullback line, on the Stalin line. Which is kind of outrageous. Is demonetization a problem for you on YouTube? Not really. No. Maybe like... maybe like 1 out of every 10 videos gets hit. And then if I appeal it, it usually goes through. Remember, when Christo is rearranged, you get coconut stir. Profound words of wisdom. So we were slightly late on building the forts, but we should be okay. It's just the infrastructure in this little pocket that's the problem. Ah, there is my phone call. I am going to stop, and I shall be back in probably about half an hour. I shall see you all at about that time. Bye-bye.